Greetings. My name is Dr. Waddell Brooks Sr., your host, and this is Community Forum. We're very fortunate to have with us Jennifer Everett, Youth Program Manager for Lake County Workforce Development. And to her left and my far left, Felicia Nixon is a career specialist for the Lake County Workforce Development. And to my right, Mrs. Audrey Nixon, Commissioner, Lake County Board, District 14, the Lake County Forest Preserves Commissioner. And boy, Audrey, you kept busy, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
We're very fortunate, ladies and gentlemen, to have these exemplary people to talk about the Lake County Workforce Development. As a matter of fact, Jennifer, we heard you speak at the North Chicago City Hall committee meeting, I believe it was, and you were sponsored by Audrey Nixon. Audrey Nixon felt that your presence was very much needed to get it so that the North Chicago, the mayor and the city council could get the first hand for what's going on. I think and I congratulate you. You did a fantastic job. And seeing you give your presentation, I invited you to be on Community Forum, which you readily accepted. And thank you very much. And also, you had we're all recommending people. You had recommended Felicia Nixon, a career specialist for the Lake County Workforce Development, to talk about the adult programs. So I want to thank all of you for giving the Lake County. Lake County is approximately 750,000 people, and we air on Channel 17 on Comcast every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. And those that want to watch other programs can go to Dr. Brooks, that's small drbrooks.tv. And you could watch all of the programs that are shared on the Comcast. First of all, I'd like for Jennifer to tell our listening audience a little bit about your personal and professional background.
Okay, well, thank you. And thanks for having me. This is very exciting. Happy to be here. Well, pretty much fresh out of college, I started off working with social work with the disabled population. That was really my original kind of where my heart was. And I worked at Lamb's Farm when I was a teenager and in college. So I started off with that population and had some really good first job experience there. Then I heard about an opportunity when Fort Sheridan was closing in the early 90s for the county to come work with military and civilians who were impacted by the closure of Fort Sheridan. So that was a really exciting position that I was able to obtain, and working with those folks who were impacted from that and then helping them with their job search. So that started my career working with folks who were looking for employment services. And then I had the opportunity to come here to Waukegan after the base closure happened and started working with adults here in Lake County. I did that for roughly 10 years, and then I was able to go and do some different opportunities, and I actually worked for the College of Lake County for a short time in their Education to Careers grant funded program, which helped youth. So that really started my my opportunities and chance to see what it was like to work with teenagers. It was a little scary at the time, I'll tell you the truth, but soon I fell in love with that age group, and so then after that opportunity I was able to come back here to the county and have been here for about 10 years. So I've been able to lead the youth program for services for youth of Lake County. So that's a little bit about me.
Well, I'm going to give Felicia Nixon the same opportunity that I gave you. Felicia, would you like to share a little bit about your personal background?
Sure. Ironically, the same as Jennifer, I started out in the same capacity, working with people with disabilities for actually many years. Right after college, I landed a part-time position here with Lake County Workforce, working for their fiscal department. And that's when my career began to come alive. I love this place, ironically. I love the work that we do here in helping the community. And I've been here ever since, for about 10 years.
Fantastic. Well, Audrey Nixon, I should say Commissioner Nixon, you have been a commissioner for 32 years.
Right.
And you have supported the Lake County Workforce Development Program since its inception. And of course, I have to afford you the same opportunity that I did the Felicia and also Jennifer. I don't know how many people in Lake County don't know you, so you can just give us a little bit about your personal
Well, first of
background.
all, let me say thank you for having us on the program today.
Okay.
I've been on the board, as you stated, 32 years. Enjoyed every bit of it. I guess my goal is to help people, and that's what I've been trying to do. I started out when we had 4 board members from each district, and we had 6 districts. Then it went down, now it's just a single member district. So, Mr. Brooks, I've worked with all type of people, and it's really a pleasure, and it's just wonderful for me to be here to 32 years to assist people in any kind of way that I can to help.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to let Jennifer give us a little history, Jennifer, of the Lake County Workforce Development.
Well, I'll give you a history. If I can speak to the youth.
Okay.
Is that good? Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and we'll
So-
let Jennifer. let Felicia talk about the adults.
Right. So as far as our youth services, we do have some very big opportunities, and one is that we're getting ready to roll out is our summer youth employment program, and that will be happening shortly. And I know we're going to talk in more detail during this session as far as how our youth can get involved and sign up for an opportunity to have one of those positions. So that's one thing that we do here and serve many youth in the summer for that first time or maybe second time job opportunity. We also have things where throughout the whole year we're assisting youth that might still be in high school and need some help to stay in school, stay on target for success. We also have some programs and initiatives where we can work with youth that are not currently in high school but are needing some assistance with job opportunities, job search, or maybe some training opportunity to see where finding out their career interests and things that they might want to do to launch, their careers as that is going on. So we have multiple things that happen throughout the year that we are here for youth. Basically, in general, ages 14 to 21, roughly. That's kind of the scope of the big picture of youth services.
The basic need. Why is that such a need? I was thinking, and I have some questions too from our listening audience. Some things that they would like to know. Lake County is approximately, and Audrey, you can attest to this, probably the 3rd wealthiest county in Illinois, one of the wealthiest counties in the country. So why is there such a need, for a workforce development program for youth?
Well, as far as if we look at jobs in general, I think that years ago, it used to be that someone, if they wanted to work and they were 16 or older, they could just go find themselves employment.
Okay.
A good 15 years ago, they could go to the mall, they could go to retail, they could go to fast food and say, I really want to work. And those jobs were more plentiful for our youth, also for our adults, of course, years ago. But really, truly, with some of the economic downturns and the issues we had over the last 7 years, those opportunities for our youth have become just a shortage and more scarce over time. So we believe strongly here that the youth's the ability to have at least one opportunity of a job while they're still in high school, trying to figure out what they like, maybe what they don't like. That job is critical to learning work maturity skills, finding out how to be on time, hearing from the adults, those supervisors, just mentoring them and giving them a safe environment to go to work and to earn a paycheck so that they can start to find out what does that feel like. So it's really, it's wonderful because where the youth are going to go work, those work sites need workers.
Mhm.
The youth need to work, and it's just the first step, I think, on their journey for, towards adulthood, to try to start planning things that are going to make them successful. Because we all had our first job. We all remember our first job.
Mhm.
And those opportunities just became less and less for them. So we're so fortunate that our Lake County Board sees that need and feels just the same as we do. Resources are not always plentiful, even though we're a wealthy county. There's pockets in our community in Lake County that are definitely do not have the same opportunities as all, community members. So we're definitely focused on those areas in the community.
Well,
Also, I
good.
just want to
Yes.
jump in here. The program that connects young people to their first job have a tremendous impact on their lives.
Okay.
And kids who are most likely to get jobs, stay in school,
Right.
are less likely to get in trouble,
Mhm.
and more likely to go on to the, for
Mhm.
future
Mhm.
jobs. So you never forget your first job.
Mhm.
Okay.
I haven't forgotten mine, and that was down in Louisiana, so that's a long time ago. But the kids believe once they get a job, and people trust them, they have a feeling of a responsibility that, hey, I can do this job, I can go on farther, So those things help kids when they get their first job. So I'm very proud of Lake County Board for the job they are doing to help young people. In fact, I just have to throw this in, I'm sorry, the county board has put in over $250,000 for the summer youth program.
That's right.
well, Jennifer gonna tell us about the Lake County sponsored summer youth program. All right, a great lead in.
Right, thank you, Audrey. So this program, we've been doing this roughly 15 years with the
Okay.
support of Lake County Board. And so every summer, we serve in the neighborhood of about 160 to 170 youth throughout
Mhm.
the county. This year, we'll be able to actually up those numbers, and we're looking at serving about 215 young people in the community. So, so we're excited to make that happen. And the youth in general, they'll be able to start that work program June 15th. We always start about the middle of June. We try to allow for the youth to finish the school year and do the necessary application paperwork that we need to get them ready to go on June 15th.
Okay, now, when do they start applying?
Great question. Well, we're right about getting ready for that since we're in the middle of January here. But the application process is for the whole entire month of February.
Okay.
So that's the great news. The youth will be able to apply for the whole month, and there's a couple different ways to apply. We would encourage them to go, if they have access to a computer through school or at home, is to go ahead and look us up on our website. And I know we'll be sharing that throughout this program, but it is www.lakecountyjobcenter.com. And on there, they'll be able to access an application to apply online. It's very simple. It's pretty straightforward. They're going to put their name and where they live, just a couple things like that, so that can come in to staff, and that then we end up doing a lottery. So we do take all that apply in, so it doesn't matter if they apply on the 1st of February or towards the end of February. It's all fair. for them to try to get that chance at the lottery of an opportunity to get the job.
Now, what type of jobs are they, can they apply for?
Okay, great question. So we do have approximately 35 to 40 work sites throughout the county, and those are going to be locations like your schools, libraries, townships, some nonprofit organizations, churches, and that's right, and county. And we have the county and cities and just a variety of locations, and within those work sites, they'll have an opportunity to do a variety of jobs. So it could be clerical or administrative. It could be camp counseling aides, working with one of our nonprofits to work with some summer camps. It could be maintenance, as far as working indoor, whether they're at maybe a school or a church. They might be keeping up with working with the custodial crew. It could be outdoor landscaping, just really things that are appropriate for the young students, and an ability to help get, so those work sites are getting some things done that they really need accomplished in the summer. So those are a variety of some of the jobs that they could be doing.
Yes, and another germane question is, are the jobs part-time or full-time? How long does the job last?
Okay, yes. So the positions are not full-time. They are part-time up to 25 hours a week. So they do have an opportunity to work for 6 weeks. That's about the time frame. When they're starting mid-June, they'll end about the end of July. They'll have a little bit of time to enjoy summer before they go back to school. But it is, again, up to 25 hours a week, which we found over time that this is a really good balance for the youth, because they might work 5 hours a day, 5 days a week. So they still have, again, an opportunity to do some of the activities and participate in things that they're trying to do and enjoy. We have a lot of students and youth that say are in sports as well for their high school, so they might be doing camps, wrestling or basketball or so on. So it gives them an opportunity to do that, and sometimes they're helping out at home. They're watching their younger siblings or so on, or helping their parent with something, and that seems to work really well for them.
I know the youth that are listening want you to keep going here, but I want you to catch your breath here,
Sure.
and I'm going to let Felicia tell us about the adult program.
Okay, all right. So our standard services include computer usage, so that you can apply for jobs directly in our job center. We also have faxing and printing services available. And then we have our job seeker workshops, where you can learn the practical skills in order to conduct an effective job search. In fact, we have our 5-step series program, where career specialists like myself, we will facilitate a workshop on those skills, as well as tools that will help to make your job search effective. Our next series starts January 26th, and it will span that entire week for about 2 hours each day. And the last day would be that Friday, which is January 30th. So that would be a good way to get connected with the Job Center. Also, every day, if you need internet access, you could use the computers here from about 8:30 to 5 daily, each day. So also, more intensive services are offered, and you can start that process by attending our information session. We have those twice per week, on Tuesdays at 3 p.m. and Thursday mornings at 11 a.m. And that's where you would complete the application, as well as an employment plan to work with a career specialist, where we will provide the guidance and employment planning and also assess your skills to see what might be the best career direction for you.
You had mentioned that you have a 5 steps to next job. So in other words, it's a process then, right?
Absolute. Job searching is a process. What I find is sometimes people need instruction. They need to know how to launch their job search effectively, how to brand themselves, how to market the skills they currently have, what are the similar roles that I can apply for after I've been laid off from a job after working there 20 years. Those are very typical situations that people face when they're laid off from a job.
No, the interview process is so important, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, and we also, we assist with that. We have a lot of tools to help people. Even during our staff-assisted open lab times, we'll work with individuals who are in need of a mock interview. We'll work with individuals to help them complete online applications or whatever their needs are. Maybe they need to update their resume along with the interviewing skills. So
now what are the qualifications then? By age, is there a certain age, how do they?
Yeah, no way. Anyone can use the Job Center services. Right. You walk through those doors, and again, you have those services available to anyone, basically. And then if more intensive services are needed, again, you would attend the information session, and we will assess your eligibility for more intensive services. Again, you'll work with someone like myself, a career specialist here, and we'll start that process for you.
Jennifer mentioned online process, but where are you located? How do they find out about you?
Sure, we're located downtown Waukegan. Our address is 1 North Genesee Street, downtown Waukegan. We also have services available at the College of Lake County, Grace Lake, in Building E.
Now, what type of staff you have? It seems like you're working with as many clients that you have that should have a huge staff. But I guess Audrey and the commissioner, the Lake County Board, has a lot to say about that, about staffing but tell us about staffing.
Well, there's always a greater need than there are people to perform the work. I will tell you that. But we do our best. We do our best. And that's why programs such as the 5 Steps are truly effective to get a good audience, to present the assistance one may need in that format.
Tell us about the type of careers that are available.
Wow. We have served people from entry-level skills in healthcare and skilled trades such as heating and air conditioning to more advanced professional services such as the Certified Public Accountant exams, project management, information technology training, which represents a need for skills upgrade quite frequently for professional and information technology.
You mentioned about employer engagement, and I know you love to talk about that.
I do. Actually, 2014, we've experienced a significant increase in employer engagement by offering their recruitment services here at the Job Center.
Okay.
This is very promising, and hopefully I look forward to that. Our services are here. They're free of charge to businesses.
Okay.
And also it helps our long-term unemployed and those with vulnerable capacities such as disabilities or other needs so that they have a place to go to apply for jobs.
Audrey, on your the Lake County Board, you have the majority of the board are excited about the program too, right?
Yes. Just this past, I think it was in December, January, we, the county board, increased the number of, especially youth, in our job program.
Okay.
We added 40 new jobs.
Oh my goodness.
Kids,
Okay.
and that was exciting. I really, the board felt that it was time to increase that program, and we did. So I'm very excited about that.
I'm sure that Audrey Nixon was a great facilitator in them adding more jobs, right?
Well, since you want to pet me out, no, but it was done by the board. Jennifer and I got together, and I had been it took about 2 years, but we discussed things about the summer program, how we could increase it, and I took it to the board, and they decided to do it. So I'm like I say, I'm very excited about it.
Because the more youth that we have, in other words, Jennifer, this is a summer youth program. what about all during the year? We're talking about
Right.
summer youth program,
Right.
right?
Well, the summer, yes, the program that Audrey is referencing is for the summer component for them to get that work experience.
Okay.
But we do have more long-term supportive programs, especially for those youth that are not connected.
Mhm.
They're not in high school, maybe
Oh,
they're
okay.
not in college at this point or employed, and so we call that our out-of-school youth, coined for that phrase. But at any time, if there's a young person in the community in Lake County, today, tomorrow, whenever that might be, well, not tomorrow, that's Saturday. Oops.
Okay.
Okay, but if they would like to physically come and see what kind of opportunities and services we have for them, as Felicia was speaking to, they're free to also come into that information session.
Okay.
Usually at 18, about 18 years is the minimum, so they can come sit in there, find out all the opportunities that we can assist for them. Maybe we determine and find out that they need a GED. Maybe we determine and find out that they have their high school diploma, but they've been out there kind of wandering around, trying to find employment, not successfully. Maybe they want to go back to college. Maybe we can assist them again with some of those basic job search skills. Help them with a resume, help them find out what it is they're interested in, and then go from there to try to make some connections with employers for them, or again, connect them if we have employers coming here trying to recruit. So we will, whatever we can do individually to take a look at their situation and find out what it is that they're looking for. Sometimes they might come and say, I'd really like to maybe go back to school and do something in the medical field. We know there's high growth there. Maybe they come to us and say, oh, I'm interested in doing something with computers, something with technology. Whatever it might be, we do take a look and make sure, we want to make sure that they're also looking at an occupational area where there is high growth, because we want to ensure for our youth and our adults that whatever they spend their time doing, that they move towards opportunities for employment, so that they don't complete something and come out and there's no jobs for them. That would not be a good situation. So we try to use the knowledge that we have of the current trends with employment to determine, along with their interest, how we can help them. So we'll come alongside them, provide more staff-assisted conversation and, kind of mentoring them as well, keeping them on target with moving forward with their goals. Yep.
I'm sure that the youth are listening, concerned about how how many hours do they get and how much the pay is and so forth.
Sure, I can answer that. So as far as that summer opportunity, when they work those 6 weeks for the 25 hours or so, that would
Okay.
be a minimum wage.
And that's what now?
It's $8.25 still.
Okay.
It has not gone up yet, but it might in the near future. But not this summer. It'll still be $8.25. So we feel it's a good wage again for someone who might be 14, 15, 16, 17, and they get that opportunity. They actually, if they have good attendance at their job and do the hours that have been set forth for them, they could earn about $1,200 for that period. That's before a little bit of taxes come out, which we also work with them on explaining what that is. But it's a nice little figure. We know some of our youth have been able to help with school supplies, whether it's those expensive calculators. Those are like $100. I know my daughter's a freshman in high school, so I kind of I'm seeing the expense of some of the supplies that our youth have to have, even backpacks or anything. We've had our youth put it towards even a laptop, which is very exciting for them to own and keep and have for their future. So it's a pretty nice amount.
This is fantastic. Audrey, the Lake County has you might mention it too about the investment board. Is that the Lake County got an investment board? There's a board of we don't have board of directors, because the Lake County is the one to oversee.
Right, we have a board.
You have a board?
Executive, but yeah, we have a board that oversee. And they are business people that's on the board. They're from
Education,
education,
community,
yeah. So,
Mhm.
yeah, we have a board.
Okay.
Uh,
This is fine, and they meet periodically, I guess, right?
Right, right. We have different committees that they serve on. Like I'm on the One Stop Committee, and probably someone is on the Youth Committee. And then we have
You have the marketing.
Marketing
as
Committee,
well.
so,
Mhm.
yes,
Mhm.
they meet too. And then we meet once a month.
Okay, okay.
Together.
So Jennifer, it's good to know that you have support groups
Right,
Mhm.
absolutely.
in which encourage you
Right,
to move on, you know,
Yes.
that sort of thing.
yes.
And I just want to throw in the partners is also,
Mhm.
which is a business
Right.
part of it.
Right.
Is on our board too,
Yeah.
so,
Mhm.
yeah.
So you did emphasize, I'm sure, that the youth that are not in school, and they want to take part, they also invite to come in, right?
Well, sure, exactly. And I'll tell you that though the summer youth, the one that's occurring just for those 6 weeks,
Okay.
though that is for our youth that are currently in high school or about to graduate high school,
Okay.
these other programs for that youth who is maybe 17 or 18 or 19 and they're not in school, if they come and hear about different opportunities, there are some things we can get them into programs. Maybe, for example, we have classroom size groups that go and take certifications towards pharmacy technology. That's
Oh.
one thing that we support. We support a grant with Youth Build Lake County, and they do automotive. So
Okay.
they support the age group from 18 to 21 with our dollars to come and assist those youth, get them back into college. So that could be for automotive. We do some pharmacy technology. We do some medical office where they can do like a short-term training, like 3 months. We have one in Libertyville with First Institute. We have the Computer Systems Institute is another partner of ours where they do business technology. So all these opportunities for those youth that are out of school, we can get them, again, connected to something that they're interested in based on the things that we have, the programs we have. And during that, what's really exciting, each of those programs builds in a work experience piece. So it's not just in the summer, it could be happening right now. So for example, in our pharmacy technician program, they're going to get their work experience at Walgreens. So those dollars that we have that's separate from summer, we can support them making maybe $9 an hour at a work experience for maybe 100 hours. But we can get to the details with them if they just come see us, and we can sit down and as Felicia said, what they do with the adults, we'll create an employment plan. How do they get to the end result? Do they need to go back to school? Do they need some college? Do they need some training? So that work experience is key because it's not just a summer piece for some of the youth. It's going to happen for those out of school youth as well in their own program that they get connected with, just maybe a different time of the year. So they're still going to be able to take advantage of a work experience component because we feel that's integral to their success in general. It gets them, again, connected with employment. You know, it's pretty simple that way. So.
You know, Jennifer, when you were talking with the City Council of North Chicago, there were a couple that were very excited and was wondering whether North Chicago could be one of the sites. Do you have sites throughout the county?
Yes, we do. Those 35 to 40 sites that we have,
Wow.
those are throughout the county. I will tell you that primarily, let's say out of the 200 youth that we'll serve this year, we would still have a majority of those jobs going to the eastern part of the county. So that means youth that live in North Chicago, Waukegan, and Zion will still get the majority of those positions. So the work sites, we have quite a few right here. Again, like the townships and the libraries, like North Chicago Public Library.
Okay.
We have the high school, North Chicago Community High School is a work site. We have Youth Build in Lake County that is a work site. So in North Chicago, excuse me. So we do have a presence throughout the county, but it's going to be larger in the areas where we serve more youth, and it's going to be smaller in some other areas where less youth are served. So maybe say, if I pick Antioch, kind of far out in the county, we might have one work site there or 2 work sites there, small numbers. Out here it's going to be larger. There's always opportunity for new work sites to come on board. And we actually have had quite a nice turnout. After I presented at the city council meeting, I've already gotten 3 calls from organizations that are interested out of North Chicago to add, to be a work site and to take the youth, because it's, without our work sites, we wouldn't be able to match those youth to those opportunities. So it's very exciting, and we're always, again, open to taking ideas for them. They can give me a call personally. I can give you that information for your viewers. And they can just have a conversation with me. We can find out, what it is that they're looking for and how many youth they need. We can set that up.
You're also excited about the Job and Resource Fair.
Oh,
You want
yes.
to tell about that?
Oh, yes. So thank you for that. That's also coming up before you know it. So on March the 5th, that's at the College of Lake County. We are a partner with them. They host the largest job fair for youth, job and resource fair for youth in the county. And that is going to occur, again, coming up March the 5th. It's a Thursday night, I believe. And that'll be from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. And right there is an opportunity for youth ages 16 to 21. Again, we want them to apply through us, but it's always good to try more opportunities. So there's usually about 20 employers, at least 20 employers that are going to be at the College of Lake County there that evening to take applications, or if the youth have a basic resume, and they can apply for as many of those seasonal jobs as they would like. Those would be summer jobs, and some of them would last throughout the school year, maybe part-time, after work or things like that. So we encourage any youth, again, it's great for them to apply with us, but we want to give them as many opportunities so that they can choose when it comes down to it for this summer. Oh, I can take this position, or maybe I should take that position. So that Jobapalooza, it's kind of a fun name, but we've been a co-sponsor, the workforce development with the College of Lake County in that over many years, and it's very well attended. So we would encourage any young people and their families to go check that out.
Felicia, you want to tell us about some of the adult successes and how excited they are about when they come to Job Center?
Oh, absolutely.
Because some of them, it may be like a second job for them,
Right,
second career for them.
Right.
Thank you.
Sure.
Wow, I have so many to share. Someone actually working in a capacity for 20 years, 15, as I mentioned, a lot of them are sometimes a little bit confused, and some are very excited to launch a new career in a new direction. So this affords them the opportunity to create a change of a lot of patterns in their lives. And so myself, a day for me is listening to their stories and learning from them about how they built their life around this job. So my job actually is to help them to see from a different lens. So specifically, I'm trying to think of a story that stands out. One in particular, a lady, she came in and she had tried to become eligible for a couple of years, and she had a heart for the healthcare careers. And I could tell through assessing her that she was going to make a real good student just by her methods, her resumes, her job search, very organized. And so I did have the opportunity, using the workforce funds, to extend to her licensed practical nurse training. And I tell you what, I get endless emails about how excited and how much their lives have changed. Actually, this same person, she, after her first job, after she landed the first job after her training, she emailed me and said, Felicia, you won't believe I spent $200 on groceries. I was a little tired of Roman noodles, so I get a lot of stories like that, and just so much gratitude for the community overall.
Okay. Jennifer, you had mentioned the excitement also of the youth. We hope that as a result of this program, they'll be knocking your doors down and come. But review again the sites that you mentioned about the online, of course, and then they got the, but the locations that they can come and get involved.
Sure, okay. So again, a really easy, great way for our youth to look into the Summer Youth Employment Program in particular. The application for the summer job will be online starting February the 1st.
Okay.
And they can go to the Job Center website, and that is www.lakecountyjobcenter.com. And when they get on there, there should be something kind of right on that front page helping them find the links into the summer youth area. So that will be fairly simple for them to apply online if they have that opportunity, again, if they're able to get to a computer. If they are not, we can take the application. We'll have them here at the Job Center at 1 North Genesee in Waukegan.
Okay.
Also, those applications, we try to get them to their local high schools and some townships. Again, it's one-page application, and then they can, if they can physically get it here, we'll take it in person. I believe that would be February 3rd is a Monday, if I'm correct. We won't be here on the weekends, but we'll take it anytime Monday through Friday for the month of February that we're open. And they can also mail them to us. We have actually had applications mailed to us for individuals who were not able to connect with our website and they were not able to physically get here. And then so they can just send that application to the Job Center and we will accept that as long as it's postmarked by February 28th. So those are their ways to come in and apply or do it through the website. And if they're just another youth that they're looking again for more intensive, I would call it more intensive services throughout the year, then certainly they can find information on the website about us, but we would really love for them to come in. We'd love for them to come, as Felicia stated, on a Tuesday or a Thursday to one of those information sessions so they can begin to connect with staff and find out their personal story, which we spend a lot of time with, our staff does that, to determine again, what is it, where have they been, and where do they want to go, and if they don't know, we'll help them.
Sure.
We have a lot of tools for interest surveys, or again, determining maybe they want to get into a certain profession, but they need some help with math. Maybe they, need to get back and get some of their basic skills enhanced. We'll take it wherever they're at, and we'll assist with the plan for them to make sure that we can connect them with the resources that they need.
This is fantastic. I mentioned about staffing, but you do have staff that will work with them on a, when I say them, I mean the other students, advocates, on a one-to-one basis for getting employment too.
Oh, absolutely. We for the youth, we do have approximately 3 staff that make all, like I said, that make all the magic happen. So we do have some full-time staff for youth that are available, and then on the adult side, I think there's at least 6 career specialists and 2 employment specialists,
Absolutely,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
So again, if someone comes to the information
Yes.
sessions and they're eligible, they will be assigned a case manager, like myself, again, a career specialist or an employment specialist
Right.
based on their needs. We sit with that person and we assess what their needs are with them. I tell people a lot of times, what's the logical direction from where you're sitting at this point in your career?
Because they may want to make occupational changes in it too,
Absolutely.
right?
Yes, sometimes that's
And that's what a
necessary.
counseling would be very, very important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Again, Jennifer mentioned about the demand occupations. So that's very important, and in fact, we spend a lot of time on that. Again, we want you to have industry recognized credentials. That's, businesses needs to help them to solve their problems and to meet their needs for their organizational goals. And that's what workforce development do.
Jennifer, I lean on you quite a bit, and I'm going to recommend you get a raise. Okay. Remember what I said. That's
All right, I like it.
that's only a recommendation, right? You have demonstrated your 20 years experience, and I'm sure that you made the right decision because you have a love for your job. Do you have any time for leisure time activities?
Oh, absolutely. You know, what do they say? Work hard, play hard? I don't know. No, I do absolutely, as Felicia stated, this is a family here. We love it.
Okay.
Love the work and love the community that we're serving here in Lake County. And there's probably nothing better than knowing, again, we're all sort of in that serving profession, which is what our chosen occupation in the area, but I feel that employment, whether it's for youth or for adults, is just really such a basic need for them. It is. I mean, and it helps our community, it helps us remain strong, and it just adds for the whole community here if we can assist with that. But you know, I have a son in college and a daughter in high school, and I like to, when all ever possible, you know, stay busy watching them in sports or activities or whatever they do. So.
Your student in college, was he a Husky like you were?
No, he's at Illinois Wesleyan. He's close to the Redbirds, okay? And he loves the Redbirds. There you go.
Well, I don't have that against him. That I'm a Redbird and you're a Husky, so
right.
we're sitting in the same conference,
That's
you know,
right,
this type of
that's
thing.
right.
What about qualifications? Did we mention that the people, the students, how do they qualify?
Okay, great point. So that information will be on the website for them, but it's fairly, there's lots of opportunity because if they're in school and they receive free or reduced lunch, that's one way to qualify.
Okay.
Or if that is not the case, then our staff will work with them and talk with their parent and find out what's the household income. We do have some parameters that we have to take a look at, but we can do a quick conversation and screening to find out if they meet those needs. And also, if they receive some special education at school, we can also work with that as well. So we'll find out. If they're chosen on the lottery, we'll find out and give them a call and see how we can see if they qualify.
And that lottery works out fine then, right? So
it's wonderful. It really truly is, because again, everybody is afforded a fair opportunity and chance to get to one of those jobs. So we find it's been working very well for the last couple of years.
this is really a team effort, and Audrey, I'd like to mention you. You're 32 years. I'm going to put you in for a raise too, okay?
Oh,
you know, because I can. A recommendation, of course, again, you know.
Yes.
But I'd like to mention that you were not only just active just with the workforce development, but you were active with getting the Greenbelt Culture Center for North Chicago too, right?
That's true.
That's how many years ago was that?
About 15 years
Okay.
ago.
And that's a very exciting, and the whole county benefit from it, right? Not just the local North Chicago
Right.
or your district,
Right.
but the whole Lake County.
Lake County. It's a beautiful facility, and we are very proud of it. And we encourage people to come. In fact, February the 1st is our Profile and Excellence program. It will be held at the Greenbelt Culture Center. And this year we are featuring the youth of Lake County. We have some
Great leaders.
young people. You'd be surprised at their age and the talent that they have and what they're going to do on our program. So we ask the community to please come. It starts at 3 o'clock. We know it's Super Bowl Sunday, but we'll have you out in plenty of time to watch the Super Bowl game. But this is what the talent that our youth have in Lake County. Most of the young people will be African American. It's an African American program.
Okay.
And we have it every year, and it has really grown. And we reach out to the churches and different community activities that goes on in the community. We hear something going on, we reach out to that, and we just invite everyone to come in and participate. It is a Lake County function, and our president is Ann Main, and she works with us on these programs.
Well, thank you very much for that commercial. We hope that everyone would come out, and
Yeah.
I will be included
Yes.
the first Sunday.
Sunday.
First Sunday in February, right?
Mhm.
And that's
Yeah, it's at 3:00.
Okay.
We try
okay.
to say from 3 to 5. Most of the time, we be through just a little before 5 to make sure if anybody want to go home and watch the Super Bowl, the game, they can.
We had to let Audrey get that commercial.
Thank you, Mr. Bruce.
Audrey's in I'm in her district,
Right.
really, or she's in mine, and really our property abuts each other, you know. So, Audrey, I could always call on her at any time. Now, evaluation. How would you evaluate the program? Every program has to have the evaluation, right? I know the audience is evaluated us on here, and happy to get this information, and we're happy to promulgate this information, you know, to the public, right?
Yeah.
But what about just evaluation of the?
Well,
workforce?
I would say what's great is we're held accountable.
Okay.
We have performance measures we have to meet, which actually it keeps us all moving forward for, again, the community members, adult or youth. We need to have so many get jobs and go on to school and things like that. So we're held by those measures. So we take them very seriously. And even in the summer jobs, we have certain retention, meaning we just want we want the youth to stay in the jobs, and we usually come in about 95%. So we're really proud of that. The youth get the jobs, keep the jobs, because it's not just about getting the job, it's keeping the job. For our adults as well. So we're here to work with them through any obstacles or challenges that they might have. So I think we're doing great. I think our evaluation is wonderful. Excellent. Yes, right?
And both of you extend yourselves because you offer job assistance too when they finish the training,
Absolutely.
which is important. Yeah,
Definitely.
right.
Yep.
Well, Felicia, I'm gonna afford you the same opportunity like at the beginning of the program to tell about yourselves. You know, now afford the same opportunity to tell us about do you have any leisure time activities?
Well, leisurely, I'm really involved with my church programming. I like to sing. I'm very involved in sports in the community, from here to Chicago with my son, so my children keep me pretty active with sports. Outside of that, pretty much reading. I read a lot. Very passionate about workforce. I spend a lot of time reading about the trends. So.
We're happy to hear that both of you concerned about the youth and adults here in your career, but you're outside your family is so important, right? You're active with your children
Yes.
and so forth, and the children see the parents active. I can say this, that we have 3 youngsters, and when they were small, we get on the living room floor with them, and how many of that, how many of this, and all the way through, and now all through the college degree people and in their professions, you know. So if the parents would work with their youth, it does make a difference.
Absolutely.
So we're very happy that is anything that we left off, and I'm checking to see if any questions that the audience have given me to cover, and I think I've covered any that I may not have covered that you'd like to share. You want to give a wrap up?
I think the wrap up is just that we're here to help.
Okay.
You know, that any day that someone needs something, again, a youth or an adult in our community, they just need to reach out and come, and we'll do the best we can to just, again, meet them where they're at and see how we can assist them. So
Audrey, you have a wrap up. You know, you mentioned that the county board is 100%, 110% behind the program, and that's what counts.
Yes,
You know, if
and I certainly would like to thank Aaron Laurie, the chairman of the board.
Okay.
He has done a fantastic job thus far, and he hasn't been chairman long, but he is
He's
really
in his
doing
second
a
term,
great,
though,
yes,
right?
his second
Okay.
term, but he's doing a great job, and I just want to say I really appreciate the county board working with the workforce program, because it is an outstanding program. And I invite anyone looking for an employment, including adult come to the job center. This is what we're here for.
That's
to
right.
help.
And the location again is
1 North Genesee Street, downtown Waukegan, on the corner of Genesee and Washington.
and you're not the only occupant in the building though, right? You have another
The College of
tenant.
Lake County.
Ah.
Yeah, the College of Lake County is right here.
Do you use those activities for, for learning purposes and so forth?
Absolutely, absolutely. We do a lot of partnerships with them,
Ah.
refer folks back and forth, and we use some of their larger classrooms when we need it. So they're a very good partner to us and necessary for the success for the residents of the county. So.
And we appreciate the three of you. Ladies and gentlemen, again, we've been talking with Jennifer Everett to my immediate left. She's the Youth Program Manager for Lake County Workforce Development, 1 North Genesee Street here in Waukegan. To her left, Felicia Nixon, a career specialist, Lake County Workforce Development, and our resource person and supporter, Audrey Nixon, Commissioner, Lake County Board, District number 14, and she's also a commissioner of the Lake County Forest Preserve. We hope that you have benefited from the exemplary people that we have here on our the made presentations about the Lake County Workforce Development, and that you would use the facility or pass on the word to others that this program is available at 1 North Genesee Street, Waukegan, Illinois. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Community Forum. My name is Dr. Waddell Brooks Sr., your host.